We're in Oakville, Napa Valley. We're visiting Nickel and Nickel Vineyards, where we make 100% single vineyard wines. I'm Dirk Hampson, the Director of Winemaking, and today we're going to be visiting some of the vineyards and seeing how their differences turn into distinctive flavors and profiles within our wines. We're on the west side of Oakville at Nickel and Nickel's Branding Iron Vineyard, and I'm here with Aaron Fishleder, our viticulturist. And Aaron, could you tell me a little bit about what makes this vineyard distinctive?
This is a typical west side of Oakville vineyard with the bale loam soils. They're very well drained. We produce vines that are moderate size, which means that they stop growing and producing shoots early and allow the vines to put their energy into ripening a crop.
While we're standing here in the middle of Branding Iron, the next vineyard over is Kelham, right behind us.
I always think of Kelham as having good structure.
Yeah, I always find that it is something that's just a bit harder, a bit chewier and bigger like that.
The soil depth out at Kelham, it's a little deeper. We produce bigger vines. They have very similar exposures in terms of sunlight and whatnot, except that with those deeper soils, slightly bigger vines, we get a little more hang time.
And only one more vineyard away to the north, contrast that with Stelling, which is also against the base of the West Hills with a morning exposure.
We find that, yes, it's somewhat similar and they're all bale loams, but we find that we have a very uniform soil out there and we produce very uniform vines. Lovely fruit with darker flavors. I always think of it as a very velvety feel on my tongue as we're tasting those wines.
We're in Nickel and Nickel's Gleason Barn, and we're going to be tasting 3 different single vineyard Cabernets that all come from the west side of Oakville. And joining me is Darice Spinelli, our winemaker at Nickel and Nickel.
With this Branding Iron wine, we have a lot of that really sweet fruit, that wild berry, kind of cranberry tartness to it. The intensity of the west side of Oakville is really what is striking.
Yeah, the intensity, are you saying that's how it feels, the thickness on the palate? Or?
It's the lushness on the palate. Kelham is very layered, so different than Branding Iron in that it has some of the earthier tones coming through, kind of a bay, a dried herb, maybe a tobacco. This is a big wine. This is one that's going to really improve in the bottle, but it's a powerhouse right now.
Yeah, this seems bigger and chewier to me.
Stelling Vineyard is a beautiful vineyard. It produces fruit that is very, very small, and so there's a lot of skin to juice ratio in that fermenter. And we get the best aromatics and the best flavors from that vineyard.
Well, I think that these 3 vineyards show exactly why Nickel and Nickel is able to express terroir, this idea of personality of place, because here are 3 vineyards that are next door to each other just about, and each tastes completely different than the other.